G'day guys, welcome to round 3 of the Men of War tournament. Today I'll be spectating Strider Zen on the Soviet team versus spoozee on the German team. This game should be a real corker, Strider Zen being the dark horse of this tournament and spoozee being a veteran player with very skillful tank play. So it'll be good to see how Strider Zen goes. If he got lucky the previous games, or if he does have it in him to progress through the loser bracket. We see Striderzen splitting up his forces into three, which is a good play there. He sends three to the middle, and also from the side he's flanking the middle as well. Wonderful play here from Strider. It's really perfect flanking there. I've never seen this done in this map at this stage. So he's taken out the entire spoozee squad from the side here, from the frontal assault, then from the flank here behind these rocks. Perfect. Whilst on the right-hand flag, we have one unit of Strider just providing line of sight and possibly being able to one-on-one this guy. So a nice move there by Strider, whilst on the left-hand side, his units are struggling to grenade and kill those guys behind there, but he may get off one grenade here. He's discovered the marker, but is ambushed by all those units. So the majority of the spoozee's squad seems to be on the western side. But he's convincingly capped the middle. He should probably now consolidate this area by moving in forward a bit. But spoozee does have a lot of troops here. Should really need to prone at this stage right now, but the PPH SH proving really strong, taking out two of the guys quite fast. So Strider needs to spawn some more infantry, as spoozee has reinforced with another assault squad. So it's two squads to one spawn there, but Strider is a bit slow to spawn, so he's finally got his second assault squad by. That earlier move in the middle was slightly wasted, not following up with additional infantry to punch a hole somewhere else, whereas now Notes is able to consolidate this area with his extra infantry, and now has also brought another infantry squad as well, so he's really spamming the infantry. But this MG in the window here is in a pretty good position to pin them down, which it's doing now. And you can see a beautiful SMG position there by Strider, taking out the entire squad. You see that? This PPH took out everyone except one of the guys there. Nice ambush there by Strider. Strider just needs to start pushing the flags now. He's in a good place to do that now, but a grenade here might take him out in the open. They have escaped, but here comes another one there. And looks like they've escaped the second one, so Strider's infantry is rampaging through the western flank here and is poised to cap it perfectly. It was quite a nice advance there by Strider. You can see he actually took out no losses here to the fall there, and in the middle he's taken no losses to a few squads there. Notes is actually sending many guys back home in body bags here, as Notes now tries to come to the middle through behind this stone wall here. Maybe that MG's down behind cover. It should peek out by now, because it's in a good position there to shoot down towards those guys behind the cover. But notes he now has a T60, which this is the one with the AA 20mm, so it may have a good impact in the middle if he brings it quickly. But notes now is able to push guys through here, this area in the back here, which is good play by him. Ready to ambush any unsuspecting units such as this T60. He has to be careful from behind, as you can see. spoozee has already flanked him there, but Strider Zen is able to spot him and takes out another squad. And there goes the machine gunner with Notes. As you can see, Strider Zen is really infesting the inner areas here, ambushing all of these troops here. Very, very impressive play here. And that T60 is able to take out all these assault squads which have tried to ambush it from behind. So Notes is piling on the kill count. As you can see, 27 points to 7 in terms of kills, but spoozee still holds the majority in flag points, 6-3, but Strider Zen is now capping forward quite convincingly, as spoozee is now spawning another infantry squad. Just because he lost that many infantry, he needs to really push out some more infantry. He hasn't actually bought an infantry squad. He's bought the Panzerfaust infantry 1-pointer special point unit, which is possibly targeting this T60. So it does have a chance here, popping out through this alleyway behind this building. A standard P3 counter here, which should do well for Notes to start pushing in inroads to here. I don't think Strider has any AT infantry. He's got a few partisans there for scouts, which is a good call. 7-6 at the moment. Strider is taking the lead. This MG in the window here is proving to be very useful. Taking out an AT infantry guy there. It does have a good angle actually. If anyone comes down here or down here, it does have a good shot. That P3 is kind of slow to move only because the Notes doesn't have the infantry. His infantry basically has been mowed down previously, so he's struggling to buy anything. So he capped this, he banked for this P3 so he could push middle, but Striderzen steals the AT infantry from here, but he possibly from Striderzen's lack of experience. He does not know that when you're standing and shooting a Panzerfaust, the accuracy is completely void unless you DC. But here comes the Advancer spoozee in a dangerous position, charging in frontally. There's SMG guys that could possibly grenade it. He has to be very careful here. Striderzen does have the majority of infantry and also mows down a whole full infantry squad down here as well. So Striderzen is really pushing up with infantry everywhere. Grenade, Molotov there misses. AT grenade, no. The Molotov again misses once again. Bad luck to Striderzen. Spoozee is being very careless with this P3, but I guess it's kind of valid because he doesn't have any infantry. Striderzen is just really mowing down all of Spoozee's infantry. So he has nothing to send in front of the P3, but here comes some more. That T60 should easily make quick work of them. It's not firing though. They were able to get behind cover. But it is hiding behind that wall. Nice tank maneuver. That P3 is coming dangerously close. There's an SMG guy that could easily grenade it now. Luckily for Spoozee, the AI did not throw the grenade at there. In a very dangerous position right now. But here comes... Oh, there is another SMG guy there. Some missed opportunities there, but wow, look at this. The PPH Ace takes out 4 infantrymen. So there's 4 left in here. That T60 is finally down there. A bit of funny merry-go-round action here, cat and mouse action, but during that note Spoozee is able to rush in his infantry and cap that flag. But here comes the Marine squads of Striderzen. Should be able to take out the infantry, but that P3 is going to come charging in. No, maybe not. He's afraid of them. I like this maneuver by Striderzen coming in from this area here through here, so it negates the cover that Spoozee automatically runs into here to get in the cover. But if he comes through here, it negates it. Well, here comes the 222 standard infantry counter. There's nothing on the field Striderzen has that can take that out at the moment. I would like to probably see a PKP from him, but with that P3 there, maybe not. I would probably just get a T-34-76. It's the first one, just to neutralize that and take the 222 out. He definitely needs some tank on the field at the moment because his Marines are quite expensive and they will basically die at the same rate to a 222 than any unit. He does need a tank on the field. I think this is where possibly Striderzen may tend to fail, is with the tank selections and buying tanks, because he does not know the ranges and the armors of the tanks back to front, as he is really quite a very new player and plays core company of heroes. But he's proving to be a very smart tactician and strategist. So we do definitely need to see a vehicle from Strider. A T-76 will be good enough to come out from here, knock out that 3, and knock out the 76. Then once you have those down, you could bring up a PKP, then dominate the middle again. Then you can use that 76 to hide around here while Notes gets the H, which is the standard counter. A lot of risky moves, I guess careless Spoozee moves by running infantry in clumps, getting shot down when being run in. Luckily only a few died, but yet again, the PPH is doing damage. A few grenade exchanges there. Striderzen getting the most of the kill count there, but here is a Marine squad here. Not a good buy to have. There's a 222 on the field and also a P3 there. I'm not sure what he's thinking. I think he bought that Blackcoats 3-pointer squad, which no one buys because it's not really worth it, to be honest. But here comes a T-7057, a bit of an overkill for the P3. It's in the distance though, where it's a bit too close to fight the P3. It should move back because the P3 can die from a distance far away. So Strider should really keep his distance, but that P3 doesn't seem like it's going to stand a chance the way it is moving at the moment. Crew injured. The explosion of the 222 nearly takes it out, but that P3 is still alive. That Panzerfaust does get that 57. So a bit of a waste there by Strider, moving it too much, too close to the middle without any infantry support. Plus, that P3 should have been taken out from a distance. He was quite lucky to actually got that P3 kill at this range without the P3 shooting it too, so it was more of a 50-50 buy where this T-34-57 could have taken it out very easily at a distance. But this is still repairable and it's within his lines, so he can possibly get it back shortly. A few Panzerfausts missing there, but another P3 by Notes, showing that it doesn't cost as much as this 57, which is 500 points to the 320 of the P3, so Notes should be ticking up in points. So spoozee has caught up. It's 87 to 89. So the initial gains of Strider's End superb infantry play has been negated by the tank play of Notes taking out his 57 and half track. So he does need now another tank killer for that P3, or he could go a charge unit and simply infest this area, run down the right, get some 80 infantry here to bait the Panzer 3, because spoozee is a very aggressive player with his tanks, and you should expect him to charge at or try to attack infantry without much support, but he needs something. Red Guard, a decent buy at the moment, can take out that P3. Not sure what he's doing on the left though. Maybe he wants to go down here, but it does look relatively weak, so he could possibly come down here, try and make that P3 a bit unsettled to move to the left, while another Red Guard squad comes in here. He's trying to do a two-pronged attack, it seems. But here is also another squad, a Brandenburger squad here by spoozee. Going to meet half of the Red Guard squad head-on. So they are moving behind cover here. He's possibly seen this Red Guard squad and thinking he needs to bump up his defences. But I hear a Luke here, I believe. I think that's the engine of a Luke. Yes, it is. So Lukes are a good counter for any really good infantry such as the Red Guards, because a Red Guard has high hit points, but to a 222 or a Luke, they will just die in one shot like anything else. So nice counter here by Notes. The Red Guards are basically going to waste at the moment, dying to a 20mm gun whilst in the middle here. We see these Red Guards here not going to make much progress with that MG42 down that centre and that P3. He's trying to push onto this area here, whilst on the left side it just totally got dominated because just mainly poor unit selection here, just to let himself get countered so easily by a 20mm. It just shows that he doesn't know what counters what, but superb infantry movement we can see so far by Strider. He just needs that little extra knowledge on what units to buy versus what, and the distances of the tanks, as you saw with that 57 coming in too close to that P3. So Red Guard's not a good buy at the moment. He really needs to possibly just move a bit harder to this area here, maybe get a few more infantry men up here. He's definitely banking for something, because he hasn't bought anything for a while, not replenishing his infantry that has been lost in battle. He does need a tank. I think he may go back to that T-34-57, as he does seem to favour that tank, but not really a good buy at the moment unless he uses it correctly this time. And Notes has made good use of that, spoozee has made good use of this position over here. So not much happening, just a nice little shootout at the moment. The Red Guards should be able to take these guys out eventually, but it's not going to really make much of an impact. Just a little shootout there, not doing much at all. But here is the BS3, a bit of an overkill of what's in the field at the moment, especially because of the Luca there. We can quite easily decrew the BS3, and the BS3 is quite big and easily spotted from a distance. As you can see, that P3 has already spotted. He needs to turn its turret. Its turret is actually very slow to turn. With this, you really want to get the tractor to turn around for you before you actually do that. And there goes a missed micromanagement. But, oh wow, didn't really deserve that kill on the Luke, but the entire Marine squad did perish, except for 2 of them. So it was worth the money for that charge, but he didn't deserve that running straight into it. BS3 doesn't look like it's in a good position. It's in a sloped area where it's just aiming towards the sky. As you can see, it just can't look down. bit of bad terrain usage there by Striders, and he needs to really move it behind on the top here, where he can actually shoot down and up or everywhere basically. So once he has this there, I'll be comfortable to say buy a PKP and put it here, because that will bait any tanks to come by, and this BS3 should be able to dispatch them without any problems whatsoever. So I would like to see Strider move it. Yes, he's starting to move that, but he definitely needs an infantry killer on the field. It's 84 to 18. Spoozee getting a lot of points from the 3 cap period just then, so it's 1-2-2 in terms of kill wise, and 1-13 to Strider, so it's relatively even in kill points here. But that Marine squad is able to catch out these Panzer Grenadiers before they were in cover, but some of them have managed to get cover, but the grenades are coming, and I have taken out 3 of them there. So there goes the Panzer Grenadier squad, and the MG caught in the open. This is the second time we see another MG of notes caught in the open. So Striders then definitely getting the better out of notes in the infantry battles, but I think because of Stradazen's lack of game knowledge, he is just getting, I guess, buying the wrong units, getting Luke's owning his infantry and tanks basically owning him. His position won't be good because his tanks are basically being blocked as well, so if he moves it up here, he can actually shoot above the tanks. But Stradazen has managed to cap the middle with a sneaky little red guard, but should have the overcapping ability because of its higher tier status. Luke coming on here, maybe the BS3 can shoot through the walls, as it is a very strong gun. It should be able to shoot through there in a bit, but nice 80 grenade here by one of Stradazen's units. Must have been there and died, because there's no one there at the moment. But in the middle now, we see a Red Guard unit coming to the center. Not a bad buy here, because there isn't any infantry killers here. Only that P3 that can come in, but that P3, if he comes in, is in dangerous position with that BS3 there, and also with the Red Guards with the bazookas right there. P3 is coming dangerously close. Stradazen really needs to use this bazooka. Wow, that's 5 Red Guards in one blow with 1 HE shell. Bad management of infantry there by Stradazen, but he's got an 80 infantry guy there from the Red Guard he didn't use as well, so maybe just lack of knowledge in what the Red Guards can do. But here is the assault squad here from Strider, hoping to get infantry dominance again. And a stew from Spoozee knocks the majority of them out there. It's kind of sad to see how good at movement Striderzen has been with infantry. If only he had the game knowledge, I would like to see how he would play versus really good players, because I think he'll do very well even versus the best of players if he had some game knowledge. But here we see a Volkscom force from Spoozee. That Stu is in a dangerous position where it could possibly get this BS3. I'm not sure about the angle. I think it may not have the angle actually. But this thing here it really needs to unload. So Stradazen has been calling the black coats a lot, which is quite a bit of waste of money. I've actually never seen being used any of these 3-point infantry units, because there's much better units out in the field, like the charge, which is much more useful. Oh wow, the first HE shot by the P3. He needs to quickly man this with one of the infantrymen. There he goes. Send a few more behind just in case. Nice. Bang! Good shot there. I'm quite relieved there by Stradazen, because it'll be good to see him stay in this game here. It's 93 to 18 at this stage. Stradazen is now charging to half track in. We should really move it in right now, full blast, as there's nothing out there. I'm sure Notes will have another counter. I'm sure he'll get some other tank to come by now. That Stu is looking very dangerous versus this BS3. If it decides to come maybe over here, that Stu could quite easily shoot over here and hit it. But at the moment it's blocked by that building as well. No, it's not. It's not blocked. It has a higher arc enough to, sorry, it has an arc that is high enough to hit that BS3. So looks like it's all over for Strider, I believe, once this is down. One more shot it should take. P3 doing a nice flip over that little metal object, and the half track will perish very shortly with that P3 80 shell. Here's Spoozee coming in with a half track, supported by infantry. He really needs to move that infantry in a bit more faster, not using the tank to go in first. Spoozee does like to risk his units a lot. As you can see, there's no support at all of infantry, there's no line of sight. He's just probably direct controlling this, running it in without moving any of these. Sometimes it might be better to just even get the AI to move that while you move your infantry units in the front, because if Striders then had any infantry, Spoozee's tank would have been goners. So here we now have a KV1, a decent buy for what's on the field. It can take out the P3, it can withstand any Stu shots, and will be able to camp the middle quite comfortably actually, and maybe get this repaired while he's holding the middle. So decent buy there. He needs to possibly get the charge in conjunction with this, as if you get the KV1 it costs 38 CP, which is meaning you may not be able to buy as much infantry, so really needs to get more infantry to support this KV1. Wow, it's got stunned there. The P3 could turret it. At this range you could easily turret it, but there goes the main gun of the P3. Bad luck there by Spoozee. And a side shot waiting for him there. Explodes and kills 2 red guards as well. He does need some infantry coming. He gets an assault squad. He does need the charge unit here coming. It's 94 to 25 here. Stratazen needs to hold on to this point. So infantry is running there, frantically trying to come to cap this flag, as Spoozee infantryman has run behind but has died to an MG. So it's still capping up to Stratazen, which is good, as it will make the game a close one. As Spoozee's Panzer Grenadiers may have a flanking opportunity here. They have Panzerfaust, it could come up and knock it over on its side. Stratazen needs to be careful and maybe use his assault infantry to flank or grenade these Grenadiers, because it's going to be crucial here. But no, nice move there. He has picked out a weak spot here in Strider's line and went straight for it with his Panzer Grenadiers, and is capping it now. So it's 94 to 29. Stratazen needs the flag and needs more infantry. Looks like he's low on MP, spamming some partisans, as that BS3 is actually still alive. But there goes the Panzerfaust, just missing the KV1. He can't afford Spoozee to cap this point now, because he's going to be gone if he does. It's 94 to 29, and he's really low on infantry as well. He needs to buy a charge unit. I think he may have at least 2 points left. That's Panzer Grenadier dies to 2 partisan squads there. Well done to the partisans. But this KV1 cannot possibly damage this. But that Panzerfaust does track it, but the other one bounces. So it does have its machine gun still it can shoot. There definitely needs to be some line of sight there. There goes another one. But that KV1 is mowing down the forces. It's 95 to 29. Wow. Whoa, that should have killed these guys. Luckily that HE explosion does bounce, but this KV1 needs to be used with its MG. It needs to grab the point. So good play here by Strata. He really needs to just mow them down. No matter what the cost, you just need to cap that point. Run in there maybe, because there is an infantryman there. I saw him. Wow. A grenade there by Spoozee does take out the majority of the forces. 98 to 29. Doesn't look like he can make it, Strider. He has to take out that unit right now. 99 to 29. Good game, guys. Nice play by Strider at the start with his good infantry movements, but Spoozee does have the better game knowledge, as we saw in this game with the better buys, and well done to Spoozee. He's through to play his good mate Roachford in the next round, and Strider's in. Good luck in the lower bracket.